Back to the Bronx. Let's bring in New York native Cherie Corso, who worked on Trump's 2016 campaign. Cherie, your reaction to the Bronx, the boogie down Bronx, turning out for Donald J. Trump last night.
We opened him with open arms. It was wild. He was there. He was on point. Everyone loved him. He talked about the things that everybody is concerned about. As a mom and a wife, the first thing that I'm concerned about is safety. He touched on safety, security, migrants. He was on fire. The Trump train is going strong. I feel it.
So here's another moment from the speech that is probably a bit of a different message than voters in the area are used to hearing. Listen to this.
Okay.
It doesn't matter whether you're black or brown or white. We are all Americans, and we're going to pull together as Americans. We all want better opportunity, and I'm not just going to promise it, I'm going to deliver it.
Yeah, and you compare that to President Biden's recent speech at Morehouse College, where he made it all about identity politics.
Exactly.
Then you have Donald Trump saying, I don't care about the color of your skin. Let's talk about the issues.
Amen, Donald Trump. You know what? There is no racism in New York. We don't care what color you are as long as you get the job done. Donald Trump is right on point. It doesn't matter. We're Americans. We want this country to be strong again. We want to bring it back. I don't like the direction that Biden has put this country, and nobody does. We've got to get law and order. We've got to get crime under control. We support our law enforcement. NYPD is the greatest police force in the world. We love them.
Cherie, Trump, as you heard last night and as you mentioned, is talking about the issues, whereas, quite frankly, with all due respect to the leader of the free world, many times nobody knows what President Biden is actually talking about. So what issues are resonating with the voters in the Bronx? Specifics.
Crime, migrants, and also the economy. When I go shopping on Arthur Avenue, which is the greatest place to shop on the Bronx, you notice the price is a little bit more. People are paying more with their groceries. People are paying more with gas.
Yeah. And he talked about all of those issues.
He talked about
and another
everything.
thing that he did at this, it was supposed to be an event. He then said, there's so many people here, let's just call it what it is. It's a rally. But he came to that rally as a New Yorker. And he talked about parts of the Bronx that if you don't live in the borough or know it as well as he does, then you wouldn't know the areas that he's referring to. So I'm sure that there were people in the audience there that were saying, you know, he may be the president of the United States. He may be a billionaire, but he's also one of us.
He is.
Here is what some other Bronx residents said about the event last night. Listen here.
Donald Trump already showed me that he understands our problems. He understands what the country needs. You see it. He's a doer. So I know he's already showed me things that he's done in 2016. And I also know how he's passionate about certain issues that I'm passionate about.
He really has a conversation with the people. He's out, he riffs, he's funny, and he understands what the issues that are important to us. I think that the cost of living has spiraled out of control. I don't see Biden doing anything about it, and also there's an influx at the border that needs to be dealt with, and I think that Trump is the man to do it.
So it was an issues-based speech, and those are issues-based answers. And in 2020, Bronx County voted for President Biden 83 to Donald Trump's 15%. Based off this event, do you expect that to change?
Listen to me.
We're listening.
We're getting close.
The Trump train has left the station. I am telling you, Trump is gonna win. Look, he's bombastic. He's loud. There's a lot of things we don't like about him personally, but he's a man that will get the job done.
Okay, but win. Does he win New York? He's currently down by 8 or 9 points in single digits, but it's still New York. Will he win New York, Cherie?
I guarantee it.
Cherie guarantees it.
I guarantee it.
There you go.
Joe Namath guaranteed it. I guarantee it.
I mean, he's making it a lot closer because in 2020, New York went to Biden by, what, 22 points? Now he's only up by 9. So
Right.
I don't know if it's going to happen. You're guaranteeing it, but we shall see.
We shall see.
Cherie.
And you know what? We're on it. Trump was on fire. And I want to say to everybody out there, let's go. We're tired of being silenced, and we're going to speak up. And
It's up
that's
to the
why
voters,
I'm
Cherie.
here.
There you go.
Let's go.
Cherie, thank you so
thank
much.
you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.